Hello, everybody. This is Candy Martin. I am the teacher and instructor for today, and I'm coming on behalf of the Martin Business Solution. And so, what I want to talk to you all about today is time management. And as you all know, I always say you cannot manage time, but you can manage the time that you have been allotted. So what I mean by that is you can't actually put a lasso around time and stop it and pause it and make it do what you want it to do. But what you can do is take control of the time that you have set aside in each day to do a certain thing. And so what I'm going to do today, I had a lot of time people tell you what you need to do, but they never tell you how to do it. So on today, I'm going to give you 8 tips on how to manage your time. It's called the 8 tips to master time management. And so I am excited about it, and let's just get started. All right, guys. So let's just dive right in and let's begin. 8 tips to master time management. Once again, I am Candy Martin with Martin Business Solution. So our first tip of the day is to learn how to say no. Just say no. And I know a lot of times when we hear just say no, we think about doing no, saying no to drugs. But let's also notice that a drug can be saying yes to everything. Yes, 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 because we want to make sure that people are they approve of us, that we don't offend anyone, or that we show that we care, or that we want to make sure that we show up at everything. We want to be known as dependable, and so forth and so on. So sometimes that can become sort of like drug-like behavior. And what that causes us to be is tired, strung out, and just no good for nothing. And so I want you all to learn how to just say no. And if you're not confident as of yet to say no, I have a few tips on what you can say instead. You can say things like, let me check my calendar. Let me get back to you. I want to make sure that I am available. Or you could say, no, it doesn't fit into my schedule. It's something that I don't, and be honest. If it's something that you don't have a skill set for, or it's not your area of expertise, you could say, well, that is not my area of expertise. Let me see if I can recommend someone who would better benefit you. So not don't lie. Either you're going to say yes or no, but you can say no in a different matters of different ways. And so that if you want to make sure that you're being sensitive and that you're being conscious of how the other person may receive it. But you got to remember, you do have the right to say no to something. You don't have to say yes to everything. All right. Tip number 2, sync your calendars. And they're not in any certain order of importance. These are just the way that I designed the slide. But you want to make sure that you sync your calendar. So if you have a Google Calendar for your personal things, then you have an app where you put all your business appointments. And you may even have a notebook that you jot down your appointments, or if you have a printed calendar, you want to be able to make sure that when you make one appointment, here for 3 o'clock. You want to make sure that it's synchronized with the other calendars that you have. And so, what I tell a lot of people lots of time is to get yourself a digital calendar that will synchronize all of your calendars at one time. So, if you take in and you make a doctor's appointment, you want it to be able to sync automatically to your other calendar, so you don't double book or that you're not so close together. If one appointment is on the east side of town and it ends at 3:30, you don't want to be committed to something on the west side of town at 4 o'clock. You want to allow yourself drive time. You want to allow yourself time to get situated to regroup. Even in the virtual world, a lot of times people say, well, you can just hop off and hop on here, sometimes it doesn't work like that. You need a buffer in between. What happens if your Wi-Fi signal go out and you got to reboot your computer, or if your computer start doing an update, or your phone? You already know how that works. So allow yourself some buffers in between meetings. Synchronize your calendars. All right. The next tip that this is one of my favorites. And right now we're in a 90-day strategy session right now where we're refining the plan. So you have to plan. And so these are tips that I'm going to give you. Actually, going to give you 4 in here inside of this one tip. So I hope you guys are taking note. All right, so you want to make a daily plan. So at the end of every day, um, you can, this is my suggestion. This is what I do. This is what I believe works. So at the end of the day, you make a schedule of everything you have to do tomorrow. Okay. Now I know some of you say, yeah, but my yesterday is on my today and my today has to go on tomorrow and it's just kind of low. Hey, we got to start somewhere. So every night you want to make a schedule of what you have to do tomorrow. And there's several reasons why you want to do that. You want to do that so that you don't get distracted, so that you don't forget something, or if you need to roll something over that didn't get accomplished in today, you want to be able to make sure you roll it over for tomorrow. And it needs to be top priority because it was already something you were supposed to have done. So you didn't get a chance to finish it, put it at the top of the list for tomorrow. Unless something on the list has to be done by a certain time, of course you would have to put that in order according to time. But if you're not boxed into time, you can just put things in the order that you receive. Okay, all right. Then at the end of the week, pick your day. I do Sunday. You may want to do Friday or Saturday. Pick your day, whatever the end of the week, pick the next day, your starting day. So on Sunday evenings, I take and make the schedule for the week. And what that generally looks like, it's the last rolling item that rolled over. And I start there and I say, okay, these are the things that I absolutely must do this week. All right. And then at the end of every week, you revise, you revisit, you make sure you check your daily calendar and you just revise it. And another thing that planning does, it keeps you focused and it keeps you from taking on more, because if your calendar is full, where are you going to put it? But you don't know if your calendar is full because you don't have a plan. So make sure you have a written plan so that you can also keep up with, if you have the capacity to take on something else. Now, if you have the luxury of delegating things to a secretary or an assistant, um, what you do when you take an item off, you can task that out to someone else. That'll allow you time to do something else, to accept something else. But if you haven't taken something off and your calendar is full, where are you going to put it? Okay. Kind of common sense, but we just want to make sure that it makes sense. Okay. All right. So our next step would be a monthly calendar. Well, so this is what that would look like. We're in, so let's just say we're in the month of May. Okay. Well, for June, you know, in June you have Father's Day, so you want to put in your on your calendar Father's Day, and I want to do a Father's Day promotion 2 weeks leading up. So you want to put that in there, so you already know that's a given. So when you get ready to make your daily calendar, your weekly calendar, you already have it blocked off on your monthly calendar that, hey, whenever you're making your schedule for June, don't forget, you have to include your marketing plan for Father's Day sales. Okay. So another example of that would be if the Christmas holidays, well, you know, on December 25th on your monthly calendar, you would put Christmas. And then you would back it out and you would say 2 weeks prior, I want to give a 50% off sale. And so when you're making your daily and your weekly schedule, you won't forget to include that because you have already put that in your calendar, okay? And a monthly calendar also gives you opportunities of knowing what you need to order. So if we're in November, I know I need to make sure that I have something for Christmas. If I'm going to decorate my background, if I'm going to decorate my house, whatever it is that you're going to do for the following month, you would need to have your calendar in front of you so that you'll know, hey, I need to be prepared because for the month of December, we're doing a Christmas blitz. All right. Annual calendar. So many reasons why you would want an annual calendar. If we were talking about bookkeeping, this would definitely be at the top of the list because we would do annual budgets and things like that. But I'm in the terms of scheduling, you want an annual calendar so you know what you're doing when. You want to plan an event a year out. If you want to see what week we're going to go on family vacation, don't forget, business owners, I know you guys don't like taking vacation because you're scared you're going to miss something, but you got to schedule that vacation. So put the vacation on the calendar before you start doing anything else. So when someone offers you an opportunity that may be a good opportunity, it may even be a great opportunity, you have already committed to something during that same time block, and you have to say what? We got to learn to say no. All right. So an annual calendar gives you a vision for the following year. It gives you a goal to reach toward. It puts you in perspective of the things you need to do to lead up to that. If you know in 12 months we're going to have a conference, this will give you a way to plan month by month leading up to it because you know when it is and you have time blocked out for it, and then you can start preparing. And when you prepare ahead of time, you have the tendency to save money, save time, and like I always like to say, save lives. Trust me, it gets that serious without a planner. All right. Adjust the change. That is our next tip we're going to talk about. You have to learn how to adjust the change because even though you make this awesome planner, this awesome schedule, life has a tendency of happening. So you have to be able to say, hey, look, I made this plan and these were the things that I said that I was going to do, but something came up that altered your plan. So you have to have the capability and the understanding to adjust. So there are going to be some things that you can take off the calendar. There are going to be some things that are absolute must that you just can't move. You're just going to have to buckle down and make happen. But if life happens, you have no choice but to adjust. Life will adjust, but will you? Okay. Enjoy the journey. Oh my, I just, you know, you have to. You've made this wonderful schedule. Life happened, things change. You thought you would be done with this project by now, but you're in the second month of it, and you're like, hey, you're stressing out because you missed the deadline. Take a deep breath, calm, and let's enjoy where we are. Reflect back over. Take a look at, hey, what did I learn? What did I learn? What not to do? That is learning. Those are life lessons. But you have to enjoy the journey along the way, no matter what it is that you're doing, because the clock is ticking. If you see some of the examples here, you're born, you develop, you grow, you reset, and you soar. So this is the cycle of life is what I call it. This is something that I created here at Martin Business Solutions. So this is something that um, I believe we just have to face. A lot of times, unless it's in front of us. So imagine that this is a clock, and you know that at a certain time, my time's up. You're gonna be. Don't be so stressed of trying to do everything to beat the clock till you forget to enjoy where you really are. And so that is a piece of advice I have to give all entrepreneurs, small business owners. You guys are like the best at what you do, but don't forget to enjoy life along the way. Develop, you grow, you reset, and you soar. So make sure that while you're in the process of getting things done, that you enjoy what you have already done. All right. Accountability. Get yourself an accountability partner. Now, this is going to be a little curveball. Accountability partner doesn't have to be an actual human. No, you can't use your dog, but maybe, maybe not. But let me explain to you what I mean about get yourself an accountability partner. That could look like a mobile app. It can just be a consistent reflection to your planner. It could be a tape recorded message that you play every day. Accountability partner could be sticky notes that you put on your mirror. The night before you put this sticky note, hey, did you read XYZ before you went to bed last night? You're like, oh, I didn't read it. So an accountability partner could actually be a human, preferably, or if your human accountability partner is an accountability partner, at some point y'all need to put something else in place. All right. So who's going to remind you to remind you? All right. Get an app that has, and everybody's phone has it. I mean, come on. You have a cell phone, you have an accountability partner. You can put your reminders in there. You can say, hey, I need this task done Wednesday by 5. Set a reminder to remind me every day at 5 o'clock. So I know, okay, I got 3 more days, I gotta have it done. 2 more days, I gotta have it done. Oh my, I gotta have it done by tomorrow. You can have your own accountability partner, or you can actually get an actual partner. Whichever works for you, just whatever's gonna be consistent, or you can do both. No harm in doing both. And one other thing about an accountability partner, it should be a reflection of what you said you wanted to do. All right. Evaluate before you accept something. So this kind of goes back to just say no. Um, Evaluate before you accept another job, another speaking engagement, another task, another business venture, another appointment, another dinner date, whatever the case may be. Does it fit into my plan? When I get ready to put this in on my calendar, does it line up with where I'm going? Does it line up with what I want to do? Is it just in my plan and my purpose? So you want to see about that. All right, entrepreneurs clock in. This is one of my greatest tips on mastering time management. As entrepreneurs, as business owners, away from the corporate clock, away from the 9 to 5, punch the clock, punch in, punch out, lunch break, 15-minute clock in, clock out. So when we get that time freedom where we can wake up when we want to, go on vacation when we want to, and we're just free, we forget to clock in sometimes. So yes, even as entrepreneurs, you have to clock in. Clocking in means that I'm devoting 4 hours to my business today from 9 to 1. That means you have to sit at your desk, if it's a desk, if it's an office environment, and I have to do the work. If I'm going to say, I'm going to check my email every morning between 8 and 9. So from 8 to 9, I'm doing nothing but checking my email. And so we get into the habit of, oh, I'm doing this. Oh, then now I'm going to go do this. We have no structured time. If we were in corporate America clocking in and they say we had to sit at this desk from 9 to 12, clock out and take an hour lunch break, come back at precisely 1 o'clock and work till 5, that would be us clocking in. And we would be dedicated to that position during those times, doing a great job. We need to have the same attitude when it comes to our businesses. So that's what I have for you guys today. I'm Candy Martin, your financial strategist. You can find out more about some of our master classes that are coming up. We are going to have an array of master classes. Trust me. Go to our website, subscribe so that you can get the alert once the classes are launched. You don't want to miss it. So visit us at www.martinbusinesssolution.com. Go to the event tab and make sure that you are tuned in and that you are alerted for when our master class is launched. You don't want to miss. Thank you guys. I truly enjoyed being here with you all. And if I can leave you any advice, remember, you can't control time, but you can control the time that you have been allotted.